we have just concluded a meeting of the North Atlantic Council at the level of heads of state and government. We took important decisions to make NATO stronger and allies safer, and to ensure that we share the burden of maintaining our security. In our meeting, we also decided to take further steps to bring Ukraine even closer to NATO. As Ukraine continues its vital reforms, we will continue to support them on their irreversible path to NATO membership. The work we are doing together now will ensure that when the time is right, Ukraine can join without delay. It is not a question of if, but when. In the way that this is a strong message from NATO allies that we really want Ukraine to join and that we are working with Ukraine to make that happen. Words are important, and words creates expectation, creates an agenda, defines an ambition. But of course, as important as words, the language in the declaration is actually what we then have agreed to do. So in many ways, action speaks at least as loudly as words. So I think you need to understand the declaration with a reference to irreversible path to membership together with what we do. China provides dual-use equipment, microelectronics, a lot of other tools which are enabling Russia to build the missiles, to build the bombs, to build the aircraft, to build the weapons they are using to attack Ukraine. And the fact that this is now clearly stated, agreed by all NATO allies is an important message to China. And then, of course, we also then state that it cannot continue like this. We will meet President Zelensky tomorrow in the NATO-Ukraine Council, but today we took major decisions to further strengthen our support and to share the burden. We agreed to launch NATO security assistance and training for Ukraine. We will take over the coordination and provision of most of the international security assistance to Ukraine, with a command led by a 3-star general and around 700 personnel working at a NATO headquarters in Germany, and at hubs in the eastern part of the alliance to provide the support to Ukraine. On deterrence and defense, we have deployed combat-ready forces on NATO's eastern flank, put in place the most comprehensive defense plan since the Cold War, and we now have over 500,000 forces at high readiness in the alliance. Today, we decided to adapt NATO's command structure, improve our integrated air and missile defense systems, and to go further to match our defense plans with the necessary capabilities. All of this has been made possible by historic increases in defense investment across the alliance. When we made the pledge to invest 2% of GDP in defense back in 2014 at the NATO summit, only 3 allies met the mark. Today, 23 allies are investing at least 2% of GDP in defense, a record high number. This also brings the total defense spending of European allies and Canada above the 2% target. So we have delivered. At the same time, we recognize that more is needed, including to ensure we can produce key capabilities. Today, allies agreed a pledge that will strengthen transatlantic defense industrial cooperation to boost production. Allies also agreed to strengthen our air and missile defenses, including with a new Aegis Ashore ballistic missile defense base in Poland. Is that the main criticism from former President Trump, but also from other US presidents, has not primarily been against NATO. It has been against NATO allies not investing enough in NATO. And that has changed. The clear message has had an impact. because now allies are really stepping up.